What's up YouTube, it's me Sony Beats, and today I'm going to be doing my first anime flip. So I decided I'm just going to start flipping random samples from music from animes, and what I did is I went to this anime random generator site and just clicked next, and the first anime that came up was 91 Days. I watched that last year, I think. It's an Italian mafia anime, so I found the 91 Days soundtrack, and a lot of the songs in it were actually really good, so I just downloaded the whole soundtrack. I'm pretty sure I just picked the first one on the list, and it was called The Days. I just threw that in Serato sample, put some Soothe on it, EQ'd it a little bit, and then pitched it up 3 semitones. So this is what it would normally sound like. I still haven't listened to the full thing. I don't like to listen to the song completely before I chop it because, I don't know, I just kind of like the randomness of Serato sample, so I listen to it after I chop it. This was the first chop I came up with right here. And in the beginning, I just made this random chop. It's pretty much the same, except right here, it just goes back and forth. And then in the second half of the beat, the chops switch up. Yeah, so that's it for the chops. On top of that, I didn't really add much. I added drums, a bunch of random sound effects, some small melodies, and these chords right here. I played these chords and then I couldn't figure out what else to add on top of it. I always have trouble when sampling. I just always feel like I'm adding too much, so I try not to. Sometimes I get carried away with it. So this is what this section sounds like with the chords on top. Underneath that, I added this. It's the FX sound from Diva. Most of these sounds are from Diva. All these up here. And then the ones below that, most of these are from Fizzy's drum kit. I recently bought it because Omari Jazz was saying it was his favorite, so I decided I would check it out. So I added those random FX sounds from the Fizzy kit. And then down here, I'm pretty sure most of these, I think both of these are from Mandala Hurricane Flute Pack. Yeah, it's just one's pan left, one's pan right. Underneath I have this playing from Diva. It's a little hard to hear it. Yeah, it's hard to hear the first two notes in this melody right here. So I think it just kind of blends in with the flute up here. Underneath that, I have these square chime textures from Count Pack. And that just keeps going on until the end, pretty much from the half to the end. And then underneath that, I have a couple police sirens. It was just giving me dark vibes. Somebody was committing crimes, so I put sirens underneath it, and then I put New York City noises underneath it. I don't even think it's New York City, it's just, some of them are New York City, some of them are just random recordings. Actually, I think they're all New York City. Yeah, I got a bunch of different stuff, the station, the street, and then somebody just walking. For the bass, I use my favorite bass, the Sub-Tri bass from Diva. Overall, the bass was kind of hard to fit with the sample, but eventually I got it down to something that's decent enough. For the most part, it stays the same until the end. Yeah, you probably can't hear that unless you have headphones on. This bass is real deep. I should have probably used, I think I might go back and use like a tone shaper to make it like a little bit higher, because I feel like you probably can't hear this on computer speakers at all. And then for the drums, I use the orangey soul break. Fades in at the beginning. And I don't have anything on it except for the RX90, and that's just on it in the beginning. On the master chain, I have the first utility. It's just fading it out at the end. And then I got this utility. It turned down everything because I had everything way too loud. I put an EQ, Wolf compressor. It's like a 30% compress. I always turn on the HQ. I'm pretty sure that's oversampling that it turns on. I always use RC20. I use the crunch to add a little distortion, and then it goes into here for even more distortion. I either use, most of the time I've been using the 811 or the 888. If I use the 888, I always use the +5 because it gets a little too dull with the nom. I like to use 888 and nom just on drums sometimes though, because it makes the hi-hats less harsh. Then I have ozone with the ceiling at 1, true peak turned on, and then I just move around the threshold. Bring this down to make the bass mono, and then I left this the same. And then I have soothe and the monitor at the end. And that's it for the first anime flip. I'm gonna be doing random ones in the future, but also if you want me to try to do a random flip of some song you know from an anime, just leave it down in the comments. I might do it. Won't make any promises, but I might give it a shot. With this, I think I'm even gonna release the bad ones just because it's kind of a trial and error thing to see what I come up with. But that's it for the video. Thanks for watching. Comment, like, and subscribe. Share with people you think will enjoy. Follow me on Spotify. Check out my music on Spotify. And watch one of these 2 videos right here. Peace.